Yeah, class is getting
I
recorded.
record.
Range of projectile చెప్పుకున్నాము, తర్వాత perpendicular లో angles చెప్పుకున్నాం సార్. Time of ascent, descent and
Maximum height, range.
సార్ రేంజ్ ఆఫ్ ప్రొజెక్టైల్ కంప్లీటెడ్ సార్. ఆ తర్వాత పర్పెండిక్యులర్ లో టైమ్ ఆఫ్ అసెంట్, టైమ్ ఆఫ్ డిసెంట్ అండ్ టైమ్ ఆఫ్ ఫార్టీ.
Okay, then theta తీసుకున్నప్పుడు ఏమవుతుందో డిస్కస్ చేస్తాం, రైట్? ఓకేనా. సో now let me write the range again. Let me write the range again. Formula for range in case of a projectile. In case of a projectile, formula is R is equal to U square sin 2 theta upon G. Is it not? U square sin 2 theta upon G is the formula for range of a projectile. Right?
Yes,
now, if you tell me for which angle sine value is maximum, for which angle you will get sine as maximum?
90 degrees.
90 degrees. Because sine 0 is 0. Sine 30
1 by root
2, which is equal to 0.5. Sine 45 degrees is equal to 1 by root 2. 1 by root 2 value is 0.707. 0.707. If I take sine 60 value is root 3 by 2. Root 3 value root 3 value is 1.732 upon 2, which comes out to be 0.866. Sine 90 is equal to 1. And if you go even beyond 90 degrees, if you take 135 degrees, you will get in negative values. Sine 135 not negative. Let me try. What is value of sine 135? Sine, okay, 120 degrees. What is value of sine 120?
1 by root 2 sir.
Right.
Sine 135 1 by root 2.
1 by 2.
1 by root 3 by 2.
1 by root 2 sir for 135 degrees.
135 కాలేదు. Yeah, 1 by root 2 is right. So, but what about this one? Sine 120 is sine of 180 minus 60. Sine of 180 minus 60 is again sine 60. Sine 60 value is
root 3 by 2.
Root 3 by 2.
0.866. Again, I am getting less than 1. So, where I am getting maximum value? For which angle I am getting maximum?
90 degrees.
So, sine is always maximum for an angle theta is equal to 90 degrees. Now, if you remember this, right? So, sine 90, then what should be the value of 2 theta here in order to have maximum range?
45 degrees. 45.
45 degrees. Why 45 degrees? 2 theta must be equal to what? 2 theta
90,
must be equal to 90 degrees.
90.
Right? So, for range to be maximum sine 2 theta should be maximum. Sine 2 theta should be maximum. Sine 2 theta is maximum means what? That is sine 2 theta is equal to maximum value. I can write this as sine 90 degrees.
Yeah.
Sine 2 theta is equal to sine 90. So that I can write 2 theta is equal to 90 degrees implies theta is equal to 45. So theta is equal to 45 degrees is the angle. Fine. So now if I put the value of theta is equal to 45 degrees in this equation, then I will get the range value as maximum, and the maximum value
U
of
square
range
by G,
is
sir.
U square by G. Why? Because if you put theta is equal to 45 degrees, therefore, right, R becomes U square sine 2 into 45 degrees by G, which comes out to be 2 into 45 is sine 90, sine 90 is 1, U square sine 90 degrees by G, sine 90 is 1, so what I get is,
U square by G.
and this is the value of maximum range. So I am writing R max. So therefore I can write maximum value of range. ఇది దూరం అయిపోయిందా మీకు? Just hold on.
No, sir.
నేను కనిపిస్తుందా?
కనిపిస్తుంది సార్.
ఓకే సార్.
ఓకేనా? Maximum value of range I can write as therefore R maximum is equal to U square by G. Remember this formula, important formula. Range becomes maximum for an angle of 45 degrees, and the value of maximum range is R max is equal to U square by G. Value of maximum range is U square by G. This is very, very important formula. Okay.
Sir, why we take a direct 40 degrees?
ఏందన్నా? అర్థం కాలే. హలో, కట్ అయిందా?
Continue
Okay.
class.
So R maximum is equal to U square by G, which is very, very important formula. Right. Next, have you heard about complementary angles?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Sum of two angles is equal to 90 degrees.
If I consider two angles, the sum of two angles is equal to 90 degrees, then the two angles must be equal to what? Then the two angles are said to be complementary angles. If the sum of two angles is equal to 180 degrees, if the sum of two angles,
Supplementary angles.
then the two angles are said to be supplementary angles. Now let me discuss about complementary angles. Complementary angles. Complementary angles. For complementary angles, if I take one angle as theta 1 and the other angle as theta 2, then I can write theta 1 plus theta 2 is equal to 90 degrees. Theta 1 plus theta 2 is equal to 90 degrees.
Yes, sir. Both are
Complementary. Now, if I take one angle as theta, then what would be the other angle?
90 minus theta.
90 minus
90
theta.
minus theta.
90 minus theta.
If I take one angle as theta plus x, I want the other angle. If their sum is equal to
90 minus
degrees,
x.
yes, I want the other angle. So x is equal to 90 degrees minus theta. That means the other angle what I need to take for theta is 90 degrees minus theta. If I add this 90 minus theta to theta, I am getting 90 degrees, which is said to be complementary. Right? So let me take the two angles as theta and 90 minus theta. First angle is theta and the second angle is 90 minus theta. Right. Now let me discuss one thing here. If I consider first angle as theta, and if I project a particle, with initial velocity u, if I project a particle with an initial velocity u, then what is the value of range if it is thrown at an angle theta? If it is thrown at an angle theta, I'm asking the value of range. I'm asking the value of range.
U square sine 2 theta by G.
R must be equal to u square sine 2 theta by G. This is the formula, right? This is the formula what we use for range. For which angle?
Yeah, sir.
I'm throwing
Max.
with an angle theta with the
2
horizon.
theta,
Let me
sir.
raise this up. Right? That means the figure looks like this. If a particle is projected with a velocity u, making an angle theta, then the maximum distance covered along the horizontal direction I'll take as R1. Right? Now, if I project the particle with another angle 90 minus theta and with same velocity, what I should get the range? See,
U
first
square
angle is
sine
theta.
2 into 90 minus theta by G.
Second angle is 90 minus theta. For theta, I got R1 is equal to u square sine 2 theta by G. Now for 90 minus theta, see, I said initial velocity is same in both the cases. In this case, if I ask you to find out range, R2 is equal to, as I said, U is common, U is constant, right? So U square sine of 2 into, in place of theta, what should I write?
90
In
minus
place of
theta.
90 minus theta.
90 minus theta, sir.
2 into 90 minus theta upon G. Now what you will get if you simplify this? R2 is equal to U square sine of, take 2 in brackets. Take the
180
minus
2 theta.
180
180 minus 2.
180 minus 2 theta, sir.
by G. Now
G,
180
yes.
minus theta is in which quadrant now? 180 minus theta is in which quadrant?
Second
Second
quadrant.
quadrant.
Good. In second quadrant, sign is sign positive.
Yes, sir.
Positive, sir.
Positive, sir.
Sign will be positive. Now
Positive.
R2, if I write here, R2 is equal to U square sine. What you will get? Sine of 180 minus 2 theta as. Sine remains
2
as
theta.
sine only. Yes,
2 theta, sir.
sine remains as sine only. Sine 180 minus 2 theta gives sine 2 theta. Now, what is this u square sine 2 theta by G?
Is equals to R1.
R1.
Yes, sir.
That means I can say that for complementary angles theta and 90 minus theta, and if I project both the particles with the same initial velocity, then their ranges are same. R1 is equal to R2. Right? Let me write in the sentence form. So how you are projecting the particle? You are projecting a particle with the same velocity. One is projected with an angle theta and the other is projected with an angle 90 minus theta. Right? Then what you are getting is their ranges, if you find, ranges will be same. R2 is equal to R1. Right, let me write the sentence form. For complementary angles theta and 90 minus theta, and for a given velocity or given initial velocity. Given అంటే ఏందన్న? Given means what? Given means what? Given means constant velocity. Given initial velocity means what? Constant initial velocity. Then the ranges are equal or same. Ranges are equal or same. Ranges are equal or same. Okay, right. Important. And here I have shown you R2 is equal to U square sine 2 theta by G. Again, you are getting when you take another complementary angle as 90 minus theta. So for theta, in the range of value R1 is equal to U square sine 2 theta by G. And for the other angle 90 minus theta also, I got the value of range as U square sine 2 theta by G. Right? So this is very, very important. Good to it, Kondi. Right. Now let me give you further information regarding oblique projectile. Let me give you some additional information. Of course, sometimes you can expect these questions also in NEET. Right? Now, what is the value of A? If you remember, y is equal to ax minus bx square.
Equation of
Ax
parabola.
minus bx. This is the equation of parabola. What is the value of A?
Tan theta.
A is equal to tan
Y
theta,
plus
and B is equal to G by
2u
2u
square
square
cos
cos
u
square sin
square.
theta cos theta.
right? Yeah, recall these formulas again, so that now what I will do is, ఒకసారి question అడిగినా ఒకసారి once you got this question in NEET, I think in 2016 or 17, I'm not sure, but this question has come in NEET. మీకు డైరెక్ట్ ఏమి ఇచ్చిన this equation is given. This equation is given, and he said that this equation is an equation of projectile. Sorry, equation of parabola. Equation of parabola, and he asked the value of A by B. Then A by B is equal to dash.
tan theta
A
by
by
2.
B. మీరు చేసేప్పుడు
Sir, tan theta into 2u square cos square theta by G.
very good. Finally, so let us see what we do. Now let me divide these two. Now A is given, B is given. So what I will do is I will divide these two so that I can write. Okay, let me erase this. What is the value of A? You tell me. A by B is equal to tan theta upon B value. G by
G by 2u square cos square theta.
So that I can take this to numerator. This
Tan theta
can
2u square cos square theta.
Tan theta into u
tan
square.
theta into u square cos square theta by G. Now, what is the value of tan theta if you want to express in terms of sine and cos?
Sin by cos.
Sin by cos.
Sin theta by cos. So let me write this sin theta as tan theta as sin theta by cos theta into
Sin 2 theta u square by G వస్తుందా సార్?
చూద్దాం. Yeah. Now one cos theta gets cancelled. Now what is remaining?
2u square sin
Sin theta
theta
2u square.
Sin theta cos theta by G.
by G.
Now I can write this one as U square
Sin
into
2 theta.
value of
Sin 2 theta.
Ah, right. So what I will get is A by B. I'm getting as U square into 2 sin theta cos theta upon G. This 2 sin theta cos theta is nothing but
2 sin theta.
sin
Sin 2 theta.
by G. U square sin 2 theta by G is the formula for
Range.
range. నీకు క్వశ్చన్ ఇట్లా ఫ్రేమ్ చేసిన దిస్ క్వశ్చన్ హ్యాస్ బీన్ ఆస్క్డ్ ఇన్ 2016 ఆర్ 17 ఐఎమ్ నాట్ షూర్ ది క్వశ్చన్ ఈస్ ఇన్ వన్ లైన్ ఒకటే లైన్ లో ఉన్నారు ఏంది ద క్వశ్చన్ వాజ్ లైక్ దట్ లైక్ దిస్ ఇఫ్ ద ఈక్వేషన్ ఆఫ్ అ పారాబోలా ఈజ్ y ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు ax minus bx square then the value of a by b is equal to first option time of flight, second option maximum height, third option range, fourth option none of the above, none of these.
Range.
Range. So remember a by b gives what? A by b gives range.
Range.
A by b gives range. గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి ఇక a by b ఏమొస్తుంది మనకి రేంజ్ వస్తుంది అనేది గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. Fine. Now let me ask you one more question. One more question I will give you. One more question is, alright. Say the equation of parabola is y is equal to ax minus bx square. The equation of parabola is y is equal to ax minus bx square. Fine. And I want a square by 4b is equal to dash. He did not mention anything about a and b values. Whenever this equation is said to be equation of parabola, it is understood what should be the value of a. A must be
Tan
equal
theta,
to
sir.
tan theta.
Tan square
And B
theta
must be
by
equal to
tan square theta by 2u square cos square theta.
4 into 2
Yes,
is equal cos square.
can you solve this? Yes. So a is equal to tan theta, which implies a square is equal to tan square theta.
U square
B
sin
is
square theta by 2g.
u square
U square sin square theta by 2g వస్తుందా సార్?
అనుకుంటున్నాను ఎస్ యూ స్క్వేర్ సైన్ స్క్వేర్ బై 2g ఏంటిది అది దేనికి ఫార్ములా
హైట్ కదా సార్, మాక్సిమం హైట్.
yes so a square by 4 whenever I ask you the value of a square by 4b you should tell the answer as maximum height. And whenever I ask you the value of a by b, when I have given the equation of parabola as y is equal to ax minus bx square, then a by b value is equal to how much? That should be equal to range. And a square by 4b, what you'll get? That you have to get as maximum height. Let us see. B is equal to g by
2u square cos
cos square theta, which implies
Into
4b is equal to
4b is equal to 4 into
4g
2g by u square
by
cos square theta.
cos square theta. So I can cancel 1
2u.
So B, what I am getting is B is equal to 2g by u
u
square
square cos square.
cos square theta. U square cos square theta. Now I want a square by 4b value. Right? Sorry, this is 4b value. This should be 4b value. This is 4b value. So therefore a square by 4b. Let me write here. Therefore a square by 4b is equal to a square is tan square theta divided by 4b is 2g by u square cos square theta, which is nothing but tan square theta into u square cos square theta, because this can go upwards by 2g.
2G.
Now can I write tan square theta as sin square theta by cos square theta? Sin square
Yes,
theta
sir.
by cos square theta. So if I write this one as sin square theta
Cos
upon
square cancel.
cos square theta into u square cos square theta upon 2g. Now here I can cancel cos square theta. You remain with u square
Sin square theta by 2g.
sin square theta by 2g, which is the formula for
Maximum height.
maximum height of a projectile. Maximum height of a projectile. Very important. Remember these two. Keep these two formulas in your mind. A by B gives what? A by B
Range.
gives
Range.
square by
Use
4B gives
Maximum height.
maximum height. A square by 4B gives maximum height. ఒకసారి అడిగిండు అన్న. Of course నీట్ లో అడగాల్సింది కాదు, బట్ ఒకసారి అడిగిండు. Actually this is a math, I mean for MPC students, but once it has been asked in NEET as well. Right? So remember this. If you understand the concepts, you can do. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So A square by 4B value enta ante answer is maximum height. A square by 4B value is maximum height. Yeah. Okay. Now I said, let me give you one more question, one more application. For which angle range is maximum?
90 degrees, sir.
90 degrees.
No. For which angle range is maximum?
45,
I am
sir.
not asking the value of sine. Sine value is maximum for 90 degrees, but range is maximum for
45
which
degrees,
angle?
sir.
45 degrees.
45.
Good. Right? For theta is equal to 45 degrees, range becomes maximum range. Range becomes maximum range. What is its value? U square by G. R max value and the U square by G. Remember this. R maximum value, what we got is U square by G. When you substitute theta is equal to 45 degrees, in R is equal to U square sine 2 theta by G, then we will get maximum range as U square by G. Right? Now R maximum, R is maximum for an angle of 45 degrees and its value is U square by G. And for the same angle, if I want to find out maximum height, what is the answer?
90
Maximum height
degrees,
got
sir.
it.
90
What is the
degrees.
formula for maximum height?
U square sin square theta by 2g.
Square sin square theta.
U square sine square theta by 2g. Avuna? Now theta value is how
Yes,
much? Theta value is
45 degrees.
45 degrees.
So for theta is equal to 45 degrees. Theta is equal to 45 degrees. The value of h will be what? U square sine square 45 degrees by 2g. U square sine square 45 degrees by 2g. What is the value of sine 45?
1 by root 2.
1 by root 2.
1 by root 2 whole square is how much?
1 by
1
2.
by 2.
1 by 2.
U square by 4g.
U square into 1 by 2 by 2g. This 2 comes to denominator. What is it?
4G.
U square by 4g.
4g.
4g. Now what is this U square by G gives?
Maximum
Range
range.
Range of maximum range.
Now I can find out the relation between this maximum height and maximum range as h is equal to
1 by
r
4.
by 4.
Yes.
R by 4. ఎప్పుడు నాన్న?
When theta is equal to 45
Theta
degrees.
equals to 45 degrees.
Theta is
Or
equal
I can say R by 4. R max. H is equal to R maximum by 4. Since R maximum is equal to U square by G. R maximum is equal to U square by G. This is the formula. Okay, so this is one application. Now, if I don't give the value of theta as 45 degrees, and if I ask you the relation between range and maximum height, what should be the answer? I did not give you theta as 45 degrees, but now I am
Sine square
asking
theta
you,
by 2.
కాదన్నా theta 45 degrees ఇవ్వలేదు నేను. theta 45 degrees ఇవ్వకుండా maximum height కి range కి relation అడిగితే what should be the answer? Let us see. Let us see. Now, what is the formula for
U square sin by 2 G, sir.
H? U square.
Sir, R equals to sin square theta into H by G.
R is equal to
Sin square theta into H by G, sir.
చూద్దాం. Yeah. What is your range?
U square by G. Max.
No, not maximum range. I'm asking range, simply range. R
U
is
squared sin 2 theta by G, sir.
Sin theta.
equal to theta by G. Now let me find out the relation between this maximum height and range. This is not maximum range. This is range of a projectile. I want the relation between these two. So what I will do is I'll divide these two equations. I'll divide these two equations and let me find out the relation between maximum height and range of a projectile. Now if I divide these two, what I will get? In RHS, U square and U square.
Where G1 sir, G2 sir.
Now in LHS you have H by R. H by R is equal to what I will get?
Sin square theta by
Sin square theta by
G
sin
into
theta.
sin 2 theta.
Theta divided by this 2 comes to denominator.
G
2 into
sin 2
sin
theta.
2 theta. What is the value of sin 2 theta when you expand?
2 sin
2
theta
sin
cos
theta
theta.
cos.
Yes. So H
4
by
cos
R
4 sin theta cos theta.
sin square theta by 2 into 2 sin theta cos theta. Is it not? Now can I cancel any one trigonometric function? Sin
Sin theta.
Sin theta.
4 cos
Now
theta.
H by R is equal to sin theta
Tan
by
theta
cos
by 2.
tan theta by not 2, 2 into 2,
4
4, sir.
4. Therefore, from this, H is equal to, you take this R here, R by 4 into tan theta. R by 4 into tan theta. Or if you want, you can also express this in terms of cot theta as well. You can also express this in terms of cot theta. Tan theta can be written as 1 by cot theta. Tan theta
Yes,
can be
sir.
written as 1 by cot theta. Right? So that way you remember this. H is equal to R by 4 tan theta. Now if I substitute theta is equal to 45 degrees again, what I will get?
R by 4.
If theta is
R by 4.
not R by 4, this R becomes what? If I
R max.
substitute
R max.
R max, R max by 4. Previous case, if I substitute theta is equal to 45 degrees, then I will get the previous case. Maximum height is equal to maximum range by 4 or 1 by 4 times maximum range. So remember this formula so that it will be easy for you. Right? ఈ ఫార్ములా గుర్తుపెట్టుకున్నాను. Relation between maximum height and range of a projectile formula is what? H is equal to R tan theta by 4. H is equal to R by 4 tan theta. R by 4 into tan theta. Right? So remember this. H is equal to R by 4 into tan theta. Very important formula again. This is also important formula. Right. Now let me talk about the horizontal projectile. Oblique projectile is over. Oblique projectile, almost all conditions we have written, right? So we have found out for which angle range is maximum, and for which angles ranges will be same for a given velocity or for a constant velocity or for a constant initial velocity. Ranges will be same, and angle complementary angles theta and 90 minus theta ranges will be same, right? So, and also I have found out the relation between maximum height and range of a projectile as h is equal to r tan theta by 4. H is equal to r tan theta by 4. Okay. Yes. Now let me go to another type of projectile. What is second type of projectile?
Horizontal projectile.
Horizontal
Horizontal
projectile.
projectile.
That we'll discuss. Horizontal projectile. Second type is horizontal projectile. Horizontal projectile. Horizontal projectile. Okay. Horizontal projectile. Right. Horizontal projectile is nothing but a particle is projected horizontally from the top of a tower. See, I am considering a tower. Let me consider this as a tower of height h, and particle is projected horizontally with some initial velocity u, so that how it will go? Will it go straight continuously?
No,
No,
sir.
sir. It falls
No,
down.
sir.
It falls down
No, sir.
because of the
Acceleration due to gravity.
gravitational force. Because of the gravitational force, it will fall down. Now, when you project the particle horizontally, it takes a path like this. It will fall down.
Yes.
Curve, sir.
Right?
Curve is good.
Curve. This curve is again a parabola in mathematics. So, horizontal projectile, even if you
Vector కదా
find out ఇది కూడా parabola. This is also a parabolic equation. Let us find out mathematically what will get the equation. But remember, what is the velocity of projection? Initial velocity of projection. Initial velocity of projection is u. From where you are projecting the particle? From the top of a tower of height. Now, what is this distance called?
Range of
Horizontal
projectile.
Yes, range of projectile. Let me denote R again. Range of projectile. In the previous case, after t seconds, where we have assumed the particle, in the case of oblique projectile,
Point P, sir.
point P. So after t seconds, let me consider a point P. Let me consider point P. After t seconds, this is after t seconds, the particle reaches point P from the top of a tower, where the directional velocity is tangential. The direction, the tangent to the curve gives what? It gives the direction. The tangent to the curve gives the direction of velocity. So V is final velocity. Final velocity. Now this
Sir, any
velocity
angle for direction it should be angle, no sir.
Yeah, that's what. Now you have to resolve this into components. This velocity v, you have to resolve this into components. One is along x-axis and the other one is along y-axis. This v, now this v, let me take this angle as alpha or theta అనుకోండి theta అనుకోండి. Let me take this angle as theta. Now, what is this horizontal component of velocity will denote with? We denote horizontal component of velocity with Vx. This is Vx. And vertical component of velocity will denote with
Vy.
Vy. Now, I want the values of Vx and Vy after time t seconds. I want the values of
To 0 sir, and Vy is equals to plus gt square.
Vx is how much?
0.
If Vx is 0, body has to stop here itself.
U cos theta, sir.
Sir, once repeated, sir.
Sir, horizontally we can take acceleration as 0, no sir.
Acceleration is 0, but I am asking velocity. What is the value of Vx? I am asking the value of
Is equals to
velocity.
ux.
U cos theta.
ux.
U cos theta, sir.
Cos theta, but what is the value of theta here? Okay, let me take this as
Theta
alpha.
only.
Let me take this as alpha.
U cos
Now you tell
alpha.
me, how you are projecting? You tell me first of all how you are projecting the particle initially with respect to ground.
Horizontal.
Parallel.
Parallel. What is the angle between two parallels?
0 degrees.
0 degrees.
You said just now ux is equal to u cos theta. Is it not? Now theta value, what should I take when you project horizontally? Theta value must be equal to 0 degrees. So u cos 0 degrees. Cos 0 is how much? 1. Cos 0 is 1. So what is the value of ux you are getting?
U.
U. Ux is nothing but, see, this velocity u is nothing but the component of velocity ux is equal to u. Now, is the particle moving upwards at this point of projection?
No, sir.
It is not going upwards, it is going horizontally. It has only horizontal velocity. What about vertical velocity at this point?
0.
0. That means I need to write
Downward
uy is equal to, yes, uy must be equal to 0. Uy must be equal to 0. What is the of ux? U. Uy is equal to 0. But now what is my intention? My intention is to find out the values of Vx and Vy after t seconds when it reaches point P. My interest is to find out the values of Vx and Vy after t seconds when it reaches point P. What should be the value of Vx? Vx is along which axis?
U, sir. U.
Good, U. Why U? Along x-axis. Along x-axis. Let me use V is equal to U plus AT. I use this formula because I need Vx.
Acceleration
after
0 ఉంది కదా, sir.
Substitute చేయండి. V plus n రాస్తాను. V plus
ux.
Vx.
ux sir.
U plus లో ఏం రాస్తాను?
U.
X. But Ux is equal to what?
U.
ux sir.
U.
U only.
U.
Plus what is your acceleration along x-axis?
0.
0, sir.
0 into t.
Into T.
What I am
Nothing
getting?
sir. Vx is equals to ux.
X equals to U.
Ux is equal to how much? U.
U.
So Vx is equal
Initial
to
velocity.
that means final horizontal component of velocity remains constant throughout. In case of oblique projectile, if you just recall, what was the horizontal component of velocity throughout the motion we got?
U cos
Zero,
theta,
sir.
sir.
U cos theta. So U cos theta. There you got throughout the motion, you got the horizontal
UX. Yes, sir.
component U cos theta. Throughout the motion, you got U cos theta. But now what we are getting is throughout the motion, horizontal component of velocity is always equal to U. Because theta is equal to what? Theta is equal to 0 degrees. When theta is equal to 0 degrees, cos 0 is 1. So you're getting Vx as U. Right? Now let me write along y-axis. Let me write along y-axis. What we will get? Along y-axis. I'll use the same formula. V is equal to U plus AT. In place of V, what should I write?
Vy.
Vy.
UY.
Is equal to in place of Vy, I should write Vy
UY.
plus in place of
Minus G. Minus G.
right?
Minus
Minus G into T.
into T.
Minus G into T. But Vy is in what direction?
Negative.
Downwards.
GT,
Downward
sir.
direction is negative.
Negative,
So
sir, minus.
minus Vy is equal to Uy value is how much now?
0. 0, sir.
0. 0 minus GT.
GT.
Now
Vy
finally
is
what I am
equal to
getting
GT.
of Vy as?
0.
No. 0 minus GT is how much?
GT, sir.
GT, sir.
GT.
G,
Minus
sir.
GT. But minus
Minus
gets
GT.
cancelled. So Vy is equal
Plus
to
GT.
GT. So Vy value, what you are getting is GT. Vy value, what we are getting is GT. What is your Vx? Vx is equal to U. Vy is equal to GT. Vy is equal to GT. Now, what is this resultant velocity? This is nothing but resultant velocity at point P. This resultant velocity V has been resolved into two rectangular components. One is along x-axis denoted with Vx, which is equal to U, and the other one is a vertical component of velocity which is acting along y-axis. Vy is equal to what we got is GT. Now, how to find out this resultant velocity using these two? V ఎట్లా find out చేసినాం? How to find out V?
Sir,
Root of
Vx
U
is
square plus
throughout
GT square.
U only, sir.
GT whole square.
Very good. Root of
Root
what?
of U square plus G. Root of U square plus GT whole square.
అంటే Vx square plus Vy square, is it not?
Yes,
Because
sir.
you have studied about, parallelogram law of forces, parallelogram law of vectors. In parallelogram law of vectors, you got the formula for magnitude of resultant as what? R is equal to root over P square
Root
plus Q
of P
square
square plus Q
2PQ
square
cos
plus
theta.
2PQ cos theta.
Now, what is the angle between P and Q here, or what is the angle between Vx and Vy? Vx ki Vy ki angle ఎంత
Zero.
ఉందా? Zero.
Zero,
Zero na?
sir.
Vx ki Vy ki.
Sorry,
Vx
perpendicular,
is
sir.
90 degrees.
What is the
90
angle now?
Zero.
90 degrees.
Sorry, angle
Right,
is
cos
90
is also-
degrees.
Cos 90 is 0. So
Zero.
R, what will get when both are perpendicular to each other? R is
Root
equal to
of P
simply
square plus
P
Q
square plus
square.
Q square. But in place of P, what we have? Vx. In place of Q, we have
U square.
Vy. So
Vy.
what should be the formula for V? Now I can write
Under root
V.
of Vx.
V is equal to root over Vx square plus Vy square. Vx is nothing but U. So let me write U square plus Vy value is how much? GT. So I can write G square T square. So this is the formula for resultant velocity After time t seconds at point P. At point P, the formula for resultant velocity V is equal to square root of u square plus g square t square. Right. Now let me find out the angle. The angle made by the resultant with x-axis. Angle made by the resultant velocity with x-axis. What is the angle here I have taken? Alpha.
90
90
degrees.
degrees. Alpha equals to Vx by
tan
Vy by
inverse
Vx తీసుకోవచ్చా సార్
tan inverse
డైరెక్ట్
Directly తీసుకొచ్చు. Alpha ki item side. What is this side? This is V. This one. If this is Vy, this one is also Vy.
Vy.
And what about this? This is Vx. This is Vy. Alpha ki opposite side Vy undi. Alpha ki adjacent side em undana Vx. Now I want
Yes, sir.
direction. Therefore, direction of resultant. Direction of resultant velocity. Velocity.
Sir, alpha is equals to tan inverse q sin theta plus తీసుకున్నాం.
అది కూడా చేసిన అది కూడా చెప్పండి. That also I'll tell you. That also I'll tell you. But this is very simple. Direction of resultant velocity with x-axis or with vx or with x-axis and with x-axis. What I can write is tan alpha is equal to, as you know, the opposite
Opposite
side
side by
is
adjacent side.
Adjacent.
adjacent side is vx.
Vx.
So tan alpha is equal to Vy value is how much?
GT. GT by U.
Vx value is how much? U. So tan alpha is equal to GT by U, or I can write alpha is equal to
Tan inverse GT
Tan
by U.
inverse GT by U.
of GT by U. Right? So alpha is equal to tan inverse of GT by U, which gives the direction of resultant velocity with x-axis. Which gives the direction of resultant velocity with x-axis. Yeah, as one of you said, we can also write the formula. The other formula, what is the formula to find out direction of resultant, if you remember?
Sir, let's continue
P cos-
tomorrow, sir.
Q cos theta by P plus
అయిపోయింది just time ఎంత అయిందన్నా? Okay, 4
4,
అయిందా?
sir.
4 అయింది సార్.
It's 4, sir.
4 అయింది. ఒక్కటన్నా ఇది ఒక్కటి కంప్లీట్ చేద్దాము. Can you tell me what is the formula we have written for direction of resultant in case of parallel law of vectors?
Q sin theta by P plus Q cos theta.
ఇది పడుతుంది జస్ట్ ఓకే యా చెప్పన్నా ఏం రాయొచ్చు
Q sin theta by
Q
P
sin
plus Q
theta by P
cos
plus
theta.
Q cos theta.
Q sin theta upon P plus Q cos theta. This is the formula, right? Now in this diagram what we have taken, here what we have taken and here what we have taken. This is Vx, this one is Vy,
Vy.
and this one is velocity V. Here I have written alpha. Now what is the value of theta?
90 alpha.
No. Alpha is this alpha.
90 degrees sir. 90 degrees.
The P అనుకోండి. You consider this as P. You consider this Vy as Q. What is the angle between P and Q now?
90 degrees.
90 degrees. Perpendicular.
Tan alpha is equal to Q sin 90 divided by P plus Q cos
90.
degrees.
90
Sin
degrees.
90 is how much?
Q by P.
Q
Sin
is
91. Vy.
Vy. So Vy into 1. Vy by this
Divided
is 0.
by.
P and
Yes sir. Vx.
Same.
GT by U.
Yes. Therefore, alpha is equal to tan inverse of Vy upon Vx, which is equal to tan inverse of GT by same formula we are using. Okay. Okay, Rama. Let me wind up the class for today. We'll discuss more.
Okay, sir.
Sir,
Thank you, sir.
wind up, sir. Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Okay, bye.